Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Many of you were probably out there doing other things. My name is Venkat Mangudi. She introduced me. Thank you for that. I thank Dr. Kaliraj and the NCRC team for making this happen, bringing me here to talk to all of you. What I want to talk today is very relevant. Now, all of us in India, we are what is known as a leapfrogging nation. Let me explain. We have leapfrog technologies significantly. We are digitizing at an extremely fast pace, much faster than many developed countries. Okay. For example, I know many of you are the cell phone generation. You were born with cell phones. Back when we were young, cell phones as a technology moved through many phases. There was CDMA, there was TDMA, then GSM came. But when cell phones launched in India, we leapfrogged directly to GSM. Before we never had CDMA or TDMA here. In the US and Europe, they were using pagers. In India, you know where pagers were being used? In companies inside their campus. That is the only place where it was successful. So India is a country where things digitize very quickly. We are doing a lot of things today. Your payments, UPI. Nothing in the world matches the scale and infrastructure that UPI has provided. Nobody walks around with cash anymore. Half the people don't even carry a wallet. All they need is their mobile phone. Your travel, your healthcare, everything is digitized. Everything is gone in. Interconnected. They're all connected. Instantaneous. And you know what's at the heart of this whole digital economy that we are talking about? The micro, small, and medium enterprises. It's not the big companies. I'll tell you why they are the heart. India has probably the largest set of micro and MSMEs, as they're called, micro, small, and medium enterprises in the world. They are at the backbone of the country. Every large organization in India depends on micro MSMEs. Okay? For example, if Ford had a plant still operating near Chennai, if their suppliers, who are all MSMEs, stopped working for a week, Ford would shut down. Take a hospital. If the MSME is supporting them for logistics or people or giving them the medicines stopped working, they would probably run out of labor and material to work. So, if MSME stop working, India will stop. Yet, they are the most vulnerable when it comes to cybersecurity. Why? It's not that they don't lack intent. It's not that they want to be secure from a security perspective or a privacy perspective. The MSME is run by probably the directors and managing directors and the leaders, businessmen, entrepreneurs. Their focus is on making the business run. Their focus is not to learn cybersecurity. Their focus is not to learn data privacy. They don't have to learn DPDPA. They don't have to understand what MDR does or an EDR does for the industrialists. For the others, I'll tell you what they are later. Because their focus is different. What they need is something very, very simple. Something that will help them understand what can be done to make me better. Right? You have standards for study, education, you have K-12, kindergarten, then first standard, 12th standard, then you have got the degree. Why? There is a standard, it is a maturity model. People understand that if you are at this standard, there is a level of maturity that is expected of you. But do we have something like that for security and privacy? No, we don't. There are many many rules and regulations in India. We have multiple standards. We have multiple frameworks. We have multiple models that are out there. And the MSMEs and sometimes even the large organizations are flummoxed. They don't understand what it means for that organization to comply with them. Today, I'm sorry, I'm from Bangalore, I can't take the seat. I come here only between December 1st and Jan 15th. Any other window, I'm not here in Chennai. I can't take the humidity. Sorry. Yeah, so that gap between policy that the government has, certain is Computer Emergency Response Team, it's a global organization. India's wing is called CERT-IN or iCERT. Then you have got SEBI, RBI, they all have regulations for various sectors. The health sector has their own regulations. They have to follow those, as Madam was saying. But is there a unified framework? Is there something that is common that helps these MSMEs understand how they should comply? Today it does not. That is where I would like to introduce you to this. Hey, I need the... Okay, sorry, I'm used to talking, walking. Okay, before we go down to Nirmata, I want you to think about a couple of things. You've all watched this TV show called Sherlock, right? Benedict Cumberbatch, right? He talks about something called a mind palace. The original name for that was Brain Attic when Arthur Conan Doyle wrote about it. So what it is a very simple technique to remember many things. You compartmentalize your mind into many rooms, put one idea in each of them, so you know which idea is in which room, and then you can remember them. That is Sherlock's idea. Now I want all of you to create a mind palace now. 4 rooms, okay? I will walk, and I have the space, you don't. So, first room. We all know about nature, okay? Nature does not allow, in natural order, the little ones to come out. Even the biggest cat in the world, tiger, okay, it's the most powerful cat in the world. Nothing can fight it, nothing can kill it. If there's a battle between a tiger and a lion, the tiger will win. Sheer power, it's a one-on-one battle, right? Even a tiger, when the cubs are born, it will hide the cubs, 2 or 3 cubs. It will hide it inside a den. It will not let it come out. It will not present it to the world. It will not present the world to the cubs till the cubs learn how to defend themselves. Okay, this is a natural law. The only species in the entire universe, or rather our known universe, which is the world, which ignores this is us, humans. We don't follow this. Okay, this is room number 1. Remember, this is the tiger. The second room is the whole MSME story. Okay, we have CERT-IN, we have DPDPA, we have got SEBI, RBI. Without the MSMEs, the entire ecosystem is gone, right? The third one is the fact that India is a leapfrogging generation. All of you use Gen AI. We use Gen AI much faster than most other countries in the world. You write emails using Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT, Perplexity is free for all Airtel users. How many of you use any of these? A show of hands, students? good, healthy. What do you use it for? That's a different story. We use technology without thinking about the consequences. Today, there are no guardrails for AI. Today, we have absolutely no guardrails when we are using AI. What you tell the AI system, what it responds to you is only between you two. ChatGPT, if you are on a paid plan, tells you that it is safe and secure, but you never know, right? Now, the fourth room. If you think AI is used only for the good, you are wrong, okay? I send threat alerts on my LinkedIn profile, which again, like everyone else, is one social media that I'm on. I share threat alerts, I share analyses, I share critical advisories. And back in October, towards the third week, I released what is known as the Elytra Threat Risk Assessment Report, ETR3. Just before that, I had noticed something weird going on among the threats. And I called it systemic AI-driven reconnaissance. So the people in the industry will understand. Security by obscurity was a thing, okay? Let me tell the students what security is. You've got millions of computers, millions of servers, okay? You can make a mistake, and let me be very honest with you. Nobody is perfect. No software is perfect. No server is perfect. There will be vulnerabilities. There will be mistakes that they have made. It will be there in those million servers. But security by obscurity usually kept this defense team at rest because there are millions and billions of servers. How is a hacker going to find my server? Gumballa goinda, hiding in the crowd, right? So that's what's going on. But what happened in October was this. Somebody weaponized AI. Okay, this came out, what I had predicted in October was confirmed. Predicted that it would happen in 12 months. I was very wrong. It happened in 6 weeks. This happened in the last 2 weeks. It is called GTG 1002. Okay. State-sponsored hackers from China weaponized Claude. Claude is an AI by Anthropic. It is far more powerful than any of the ones I have mentioned so far. Okay, far more powerful. It has guardrails. It has guardrails to not do anything wrong, malicious. They fooled it and made it write malicious code that was systemically targeting systems. When it was targeting system, in a human case, a hacker will target a system, as this hacking trained gentleman here was talking about. They will hack into a system. They will find the vulnerability. This one was finding a vulnerability and smartly checking the next couple of servers, which are adjacent to it. This is systemic. No human can do it. I predicted that it would come. It happened in 6 weeks. So systemic AI recon is a thing now. Not 12 months, but it's live right now. Claude found out, Anthropic found out, told us about it. But the Chinese hackers did it to 30 systems. 30. Okay, they have broken the guardrails. Why? There is no traceability. There is no guardrails. So when you put all of these things together, natural instinct is to put safety before you let things out. Whether it is for MSMEs, whether it's for large organizations, whether it is for AI, or in the wild. But as a nation, as the MSMEs grow and adopt technologies, as they start using AI, as a country, there is no model. There is no framework that is telling them what to do next. And that is why I created Nirmata. So, this, okay, he turned this off. Okay, Nirmata stands for, it's an acronym, National Information Risk Maturity and Trust Assessment. Okay, I have a few certifications which I found relevant. So I understand security, I understand privacy, I understand risk, I understand AI security, AI technology. And I found that there was no model that was helping organizations grow from one level to another, as in 6 standards. So you have standards in education. Nirmata has 6 levels. And the next one is called Trust in Bharat. I'll talk about it next slide. Trust in Bharat is a program based on Nirmata that can be opened up to the whole world. This has been released as a free tool. It is free. There is no money I am going to get out of it or Elytra is going to get out of it. It was released as a public good initiative because our mission statement has been improve security and privacy for India. One might ask, isn't that what you do as a business? True, I do that as a business. My business is all about security and privacy. But why did I do this specifically? Why do I care about it? As Ravi was saying, the passion. My data is with one of those million MPs in India and one of those million large organizations in India. My data, my family data, my friends' data is there. If they are careless about it, if they are nonchalant about it, if they are careless about it, and they leak it, I am affected. Unfortunately, the owners of those MSMEs don't realize this fact, that they are customers too. If the companies which holds their data is careless about it, they will also be affected. So it's a national movement that we need. We need to have some kind of guidance that will allow all organizations in India to measure themselves. Do the whole measurement on their own. And that is what Nirmata and Trustin does. Trustin is a program, I mean, it's already there. Trusted Resilience Unified Security Transformation for India. It has got, I think it is India's first cybersecurity program. First cybersecurity program. It is India's first cybersecurity program powered by Nirmata, because nobody else is powering Nirmata, using Nirmata. There are no checklists, there is no certificate. It is about capability. It is about knowing you are doing the right thing, knowing that you have got everything you want. Now, certain directions exist. SEBI has CSCRF and other conditions. RBI has conditions. We know DPDPA, people spoke about it very passionately a few minutes ago. You have ISO 27001. Because I am aware of all of those things, when I created Trust in Bharat and Nirmata, I made sure the framework and the model aligns with them. So even without getting an ISO 27001 certificate, an organization can be at par with organizations that does it. Okay, sir, you don't need a photo. I'll give you the presentation. You asked me for it. And I have specifically made sure that mid-size, small-size MSMEs, all of them can use it. I have a couple of screenshots at the very end. And if you go to trustinbharat.org, on your phone, on your computer, you can actually see the entire framework. If you go to the guides section, it tells you what to do, how to move from level 0 to level 1. Let's take a little deeper look at it. Yes. In is India. No, it aligns with those frameworks, but this is specifically designed for India. how easily you can do it. See, today if you go to an MSME and talk to them about ISO 27001, 27701, 42001, they all get scared because they have asked, somebody has told them it's going to cost them 10 lakhs, 8 months to 12 months, and they stop working about it. They have better things to do in those 8 to 12 months. There are better things to do with those 10 lakhs. Now, this is zero. They can do it on their own. The guides are there, right? This is the reason why I think it was needed. We don't need existing standards. They are not enough. This is not replacing ISO 7001. It is not replacing certain guidance. It is not replacing DPDPA. It is bringing all of them into one place and allowing an organizations to choose a way to get themselves up the chain, right from level 0 to level 5. We'll come to it in a minute. So the leadership of the MSMEs, they can't read ISO 27001 document. If they read the standard, they will not understand anything. If they have to understand it, they'll go to a specialist. Specialist is going to charge them by the hour. That's not okay. I think that is wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's my business. That's how I make, my Elytra makes money. But I think this is something that is needed for the country. If India has to achieve Viksit Bharat, India Digital, India AI, all those visions that have been touted so far, you need something which is simple. Something clean, simple, not crazy. So the Nirmata framework is structured around pillars. I've created 12 pillars, and these are aligning with all of the standard stuff. It has got 6 levels, and it is mapped to all of the others, including SEBI, CSCRF, RBI, CERT-in, ISO 27701, 27001, 42001, DPDPA, GDPR, you name it. All of those have been studied. I work with customers for all those. I have taken the best parts of all of those, made sure we align. So these are the 6 maturity levels. My suspicion is 90% of the MSMEs in India are here, level 0. They have no structured process. They don't have any maturity. If there is a hack, they will call somebody, probably their IT guy, who does not understand security himself, who will come, replace the machine, and go. Then you've got level 1, who understands, hey, I have to comply with DPDPA. I have to comply with certain. I may not do it, but I am aware of it. Then you've got developing, where people are defining, understand, they started working on it. They have got the time, they've got the money, they're willing to spend on it. Then you've got standards, which is probably like stage 1 audit ready in 27001. You have standards, but you have not proven yourself. Then you've got advanced, and then you've got optimized. Okay, so you have 6 levels, though I started programming in assembly, so my numbers start with 0. And there are 12 domains. These are commonly used buckets. I've got 12 domains, but I put them in 3 buckets. These are commonly used in the industry. One is called governance, risk, and compliance, which is very, very important. You have to embed governance, you have to embed risk, and comply with certain standards. In that, we have got governance and accountability, risk management, compliance management. This is where the challenge is for most organizations, vendors and supply chain. That's where the big problem is globally, not just in India. The second one is data, identity, and privacy. Today, we are aware that data is important because of DPDPA. Half the people don't know, half the companies, large and small, have no idea where the data is. If they have to comply with DPDPA, they need to do this. You've got access and identity management. People have all kinds of access. Everybody has super user access. Or somebody has super user access and nobody knows about it. Somebody has access and nobody knows about it. Talking about access. 2025 has been the year of OAuth abuse. Okay? OAuth is what most of us use when you download something on your app and it says sign in with Google, sign in with Apple, sign in with whatever. You say yes, and it signs you in with Google. That is OAuth. When it was created, it was meant to reduce the complexity of authorization and have one identity manager. This year, there have been 3 major incidents involving OAuth. 2 of them have been related to Salesforce. One is called Salesforce Drift. The other one was just yesterday. Salesforce Drift affected about 700 organizations. Salesforce yesterday was affected by about 100. Unknown, unreported have been about 40. Now, why did this happen? Because of poor access and identity management. So what happens is, when you write programs, when you write a software, you do an auth. The software is authorizing itself with another software. Not at the user level, at the software level. Now, those tokens, the authorization is based on tokens, something called tokens. They forget it exists. They just forget it existed. They forget it happened. It is discovered by the hacker 1 year later. Even the developers didn't know it happened. And that is how those 3 hacks were carried out. Privacy operations. Nobody knows what privacy is. Everybody was talking about DPDPA. Everybody's talking about privacy. There was a very enthusiastic question about privacy as well. But privacy is a completely different animal, completely different universe. And just saying privacy, I do data mapping, is not going to work. If you want, you can follow me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn QR code will be on the last slide. I've written about DPDPA. I created a blueprint, released it. It got very good reviews. 12,000, 13,000 people liked it, used it. Then I released a checklist that was also being accepted 2 days ago. Next week, I'm starting a weekly newsletter on LinkedIn about privacy. If you're interested, you can subscribe to it. And this is brand new, AI governance. This is what is needed for room number 4, the guardrails, the thing that helps your organization stay safe, which doesn't exist in India today. And this is all operations. Most organizations usually have this. They have some sort of IoT. They all have these little sensors. They've got CCTV. Are they safe? Are they secure? Nobody cares. Many people don't even know they have it. They have something obscure sitting somewhere. Incident response and continuity management. It's like a fire drill. Do you have fire drills in the college? Where they ring the fire bell and ask everybody to go out? No? They should. Okay. So most organizations have a fire drill. Basically, everybody needs to know what to do when there is a fire. If the fire alarm rings, everybody has to go out, leave everything as it is, go out and stand in a safe place. And then they'll send them back in. It's a drill. So that when a real fire happens, at least these people will be safe and alive. Incident response is something similar. When there is a hack, what happens? Not what happens during the hack, but what happens to the organization? How do they deal with it? What do they need to do? Who should they call? What should they shut down? Should they shut down? What should they disconnect? That is called incident response. One of the certain mandates is 6 hours incident reporting. Half the people I speak to are not even aware such certain exists among my customers. Half the people don't know certain exists entity, even though it is the law. Information Technology Act of 2000, Amendment 2008 is the law. It's like they don't know. Among the rest, at least 40% say, why should I do it? Who asks me? Who enforces it? You know, if you are driving on the road without a license, you will not do it because you know if a cop catches you, you have to pay a fine or something, your vehicle will be seized. That is called enforcement. There is no enforcement for certain. DPDPA luckily has an enforcement, but certain does not have an enforcement, so people just don't bother about it. And that's something we should do. This is what most people think cybersecurity is. All those movies and screenshots you see is a guy sitting and watching like 25 different screens. Doesn't happen in real life. If anybody is studying cybersecurity and thinks that's what they're going to do, forget it. Does not happen. But that is what metrics continuous monitoring is. It is the required phase. You need to know what's going on within your network from outside your network. And the last one is what Madam touched upon, culture and awareness. This whole program is not a cybersecurity exercise. I always tell my customers it is a business transformation exercise. It has to come top down and bottom up. Let me give you an example. One of my customers is a lawyer company. They are a legal firm. We started work with them 3-4 months ago. We are getting them on a bunch of compliance, ISO 27001, GDPR, DPDPA, a whole bunch of things. The CEO called me 2 weeks ago and said, Venkat, a person who has never met me, who I didn't know existed in the organization, and asked me if I sent that email she received. And she was very happy about it. It made me extremely happy. You know why? That was a phishing email. And the employee, the culture had changed in 3 months where the employee actually bothered to check if that is a phishing email or a real email. That is the transformation. That is what makes me sleep happily at night. There is some joy in what I do. I mean, among all the trials and tribulations. So culture and awareness is important. That does not exist among the MSMEs and in many large organizations as well, unless this madam is running their CISO team. But culture and awareness is something which is very important, right? And that's what Nirmata talks about. So this is the website. If you go to trustinbharat.org, you can actually see this website. It is free, it is open, it is on GitHub, open standard, CC by SA 4.0 as in Creative Commons attribution. And if you go to the guides page, you will see all of these guides. If you click on one of those guides, it will tell you why it matters, what are the different levels, what needs to be done. And I have given a low-cost option for pretty much everything. Why? MSMEs. They don't have big budgets. They don't have lots of money. And as you can see, this is all clear English. There is no standard. There is no control. There is no refer this standard, refer this control. It doesn't say A 5.8.3, which is what ISO does. But clear. What is the question? Why it matters? What are the levels? How to level up? What it does? What kind of evidence you need? What tricks you need? And what are the options if I can find them? This is how Trust in Bharat and Nirmata is framed. All 12 pillars, all 6 levels have this. This was released on Deepavali this year. I released it for peer review on LinkedIn. So far I have received 1 feedback, 1 review. I was telling Dr. Kaliraj, I had tagged MeitY, Certain, everybody, all the organizations in India on my post when I released it. Sadly, the 1 review that I got was from South Korea. Okay, nobody from India. So I guess I have a lot more outreach to be done. But thankfully, Dr. Kaliraj is now, I met him and he has given me an opportunity to present this. And hopefully it will gather momentum going forward. And that's my talk. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. This is just the putting it all together. That is the goal for Trust in Bharat program and Nirmata. Sustainable, clear, maturity, privacy, security, resilience at all levels of organizations. These 2 can do it if it is adopted well. Thank you. That's my time.